Once upon a time, barely noticed outside the state of Florida. But those battles in the 80s and the 90s put both programs on the national map, made both of them champions, and we are lucky to have another showdown between these two today. Welcome to the home of the Florida State Seminoles, Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee. As we'll see the number 3 team in the country, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Florida State Seminoles. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Hurricanes will get us started with the opening kickoff. Looks like he's going to try to return it. And he loses the ball deep in his own end. Maybe some early game jitters showing there. Very fortunate to retain possession on the opening kickoff.
Wow, they narrowly avoid disaster there. They fumble the kick return, and if that goes to the other team, all the momentum is no longer with them. So a nice job being able to pounce back on that. The head coach breathing a huge sigh of relief.
Linebacker shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Well, nice job hauling that pass in. I'll tell you, he keeps defenses on their heels. He really does. His speed is so scary. And I think back to my days in college. We used to play against the Seminoles when they had Peter Warwick and Lavernius Coles. And because of their game-breaking ability, it put so much pressure on our defense. I'll tell you, this guy's good enough to, I think, have played on that Seminole offense, and he would have gotten some looks. This guy can make some plays.
Pulls it in. It's Gibson.
Well, the short passing game is a great go-to for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play. So this can certainly open things up later on.
Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Offense gets set for second down. Looking to throw, it's Van Buren. Here comes the heat. Got him downfield. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down up for 38.
That's some great toughness by the quarterback. Hanging in the pocket. Listen, knowing you're going to get smacked and still being able to deliver the football down the field. Good toughness by that quarterback.
Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the first down. Much of this Seminole foundation was built around great quarterback play, some legends at that position.
Some awesome guys that spread it around to elite playmakers, and just a great history at Florida State. They've been up and down in the recent history, but this team back in the day, man, Doak was rocking. Everybody wanted to be a Florida State Seminole.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
So now it's second and long. He wants to change this route. Looking to throw again. He's going for it all. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their confidence.
This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. breaks into the open. Just gashing this defense, a big gainer to the 40-yard line.
What a run, man. I tell you what, it's hard to pop runs. It's hard to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards a lot of times. But when you got backs like this who can make huge plays with the speed, getting out in the open field, can take it the distance on every play, defenses are scared out of their mind.
And the Canes just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. To the air, it's Flowers. Fires to the wideout. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the knee. Let's take a minute and talk about Miami. When you break into the top 5 halfway through the season, been flying under the radar, and that is no longer an option. You want to see if this team can stay focused with all the attention they're getting.
And that's what's pretty cool about their season. Like, they're starting to get respect. They've started to earn that. I think we just got to realize, Palmer, halfway through the season, you don't get any trophies. That doesn't exist.
You just got to keep doing what you're doing, right? It's been working to get to this point, to get that number beside your name, to get everybody's attention. Now is not the time to freeze up and start getting nervous because you've got the spotlight on you. You've got to keep playing the game the way you've been doing it the first half of the season.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Gonna swing it on 2nd down. Grab near the marker. It's Gibson. And he earns a 1st down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lift.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws, right in those holes, get those 1st downs, get those big chunks.
Wants to throw. It's Van Buren. Under fire. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. These two have storied traditions in the history of the sport, but in the not-too-distant past, Miami actually considered giving up football, and Florida State was an afterthought.
Yeah, a lot of people forget back in the day when Miami was in the Big East, right? And Florida State was in the ACC.
Turning it on! Touchdown Seminoles! And once he got away from the knee, they had no shot at catching him. And it feels good to land that first big punch against a rival, doesn't it?
No doubt. In a game like this, too, you just want to be executing at a high level early. So, David, that's got to feel great getting on the board first.
And settles everyone down. All the nerves, all the emotion of this rivalry game. Now everybody can kind of settle in because you know you already got a touchdown on the board.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Carr. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. In front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Use the play fake, now to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Got his man downfield. Lots of running room. At the 20. You want to talk about shifting the field in an instant. He's got it all the way down to the 10-yard line.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. Just got to get him to the ground quickly.
And the Canes have taken it inside the 20. Motion from the wide receiver. Calls his own number. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Back to pass, it's Flowers. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Hurricanes! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
And this quarterback really does a great job of seeing the defense and seeing what kind of coverage they're in. And I think when this offense goes empty and they spread the defense out, it just makes it so much more simple for the QB to see what the defense is doing pre-snap and then post-snap. You can tell he's playing in a great rhythm right now because he's seeing the field, and these empty sets are really helping him out.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Looking for a gap. It's Burgess. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Wants to go up top. Here's a heat. Blasted as he lets it go. They're working that left side. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keeping those vibes going here in the second quarter. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Throws to the wideout. He's got it. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. The Seminoles want to crank the tempo. Anytime a wide receiver makes a big play like that, images of Peter Warrick start flashing in Seminoles' heads.
Man, just that time, that era with Bobby Bowden and those offenses, you just think about high-flying, every position, game breakers, and I think of swag, Reese. Just guys that I know I could throw to the outside that had swag that could take it to the house, make big plays.
Now the play fake. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Pulls it in. Inside the 20-yard line. Pushed out at the 18, and they're in business.
One of the things that makes this quarterback so dangerous is how accurate he can be when he's on the run. And he's a guy that's looking to throw. He's not looking to take off himself. Showed you that accuracy on that play to get the first.
The Seminoles will have it 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Finds his big tight end. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. They go to the ground. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
It's great awareness by the running back, understanding where the first down marker is and doing whatever it takes to get it.
And the Seminoles have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Making side adjustments here. To the air, it's Van Buren. Lets it fly. Touchdown, Florida State. The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Spirited matchup with ramifications inside CUSA today, guys. Here's how it finished up. Virginia Tech managed to avoid a bitter defeat by scratching out a narrow victory. This wasn't the blowout some around Blacksburg had hoped for, but it sure beats the alternative. One game, I know, fellas, but it could be one to circle when we consider the big picture there in CUSA.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Going for the big play. Makes a grab down the middle. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Carr. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. And the Hurricanes come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Wide receiver going in motion. This quarterback part of their running game. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. From the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Defense loves to show heat and try to confuse the quarterback. Runs through the tackle. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Canes! I can hear the defensive coordinator in the next booth yelling, "Wrap up! You have to wrap up!"
Bring your feet. 4 points of contact. You hear all those stuff from your defensive coaches. But you know what? Sometimes the guy's just better than you. He makes a play, he gets in the end zone.
Extra point here will tie the game. And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Looking downfield, it's Van Buren. With the catch, it's Gibson. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. And the Noles racing to the line in the hurry-up. To the air on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection.
You know, this defense knew the offense was going to try to take shots vertically down the field and do it in a variety of ways. That time, they were able to defend the corner route and swat the ball down.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Gets the back moving. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. Catch in the middle, it's Madden.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
They won't have time to run another play, and we will take it to the 2-minute timeout. The Noles come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Finds a man on the left. Oh, he's got some space. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
Well, these two have been absolutely unstoppable in this game, and it just feels like every time this guy drops back to throw, he's throwing it to one guy and one guy only. The defense cannot stop him. He has been a matchup nightmare all game long.
The Seminoles getting set on 1st and 10. Power football with the run. Driving his way all the way down to the 3-yard line. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running. Motion from the wideout. Looking to throw, it's Van Buren. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw. He's got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Noles.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Here he comes with the return. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Got the back over the middle. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the 1st down. Good, solid pickup on that play. And that is a tough assignment for a defense to cover a back man-to-man who can get downfield like that.
Especially when he can run routes the way he does, Reese. I'm really impressed watching this running back with how he's able to cut and how he doesn't telegraph where he's going. He is a weapon catching the ball out of the backfield.
Looking to pass. It's Flowers. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Got it. They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be 1st and goal from the 1.
Well, this defense is being challenged, and this secondary in particular. And I know a DB made the tackle there, but we're only in the 2nd quarter, and already this quarterback has over 200 yards passing.
Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. And they get nothing. The ball remains at the 2-yard line. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? On the option. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this 3rd down play. Clock running. On the ground. They were all over him. Nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster. We got a timeout here late half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And as the first half draws near to a close, here comes the field goal unit. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. What a disappointment. No good. And they couldn't cut into the lead. It's still a 7-point game. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Seminoles will boot it away to start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Potw. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. That Miami offense back onto the field. They start this third quarter, 1-possession game, and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
The Canes with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Looking downfield, it's Flowers. Fires left. Put it where only his man could get it and gave him enough room to get the foot down. That kind of play is just vintage Hurricane receiver play.
I mean, big-time playmakers on the outside. The list is long for Miami, but finding those elite speedsters down in the state of Florida, it's not a hard job.
Looking downfield on first down. Fires toward the target. Complete in the middle. There he goes. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Oh, they're after him. They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be 2nd down.
Man, you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. From the gun, the ground game. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
Not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block back. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Looking to buy time. Hard running there. Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet.
And how about the awareness by this guy on 3rd down, a scramble play. Everything's breaking down, but he never panics and also knows exactly where he needs to get to pick up that 1st down. It's 3rd. I can't slide early. I can't run out of bounds. I'm probably going to have to put my body on the line.
Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
How about this defense coming out aggressive on 1st down? They're in the red zone. They're like, no, we're going to take the fight to you. Now setting up a 2nd down and long, putting them in a great position to be successful.
That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's 2nd and long here. Gets it to him on the screen. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. Back to throw, it's Flowers. Moving away from pressure. Back open in the middle. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it first and goal.
I love when QBs break the pocket and still look to attack. Because as soon as you break the pocket, I'm thinking, oh, man, he's going to take off and run, and I might come up. But those big plays can be made down the field. Nice job by the quarterback keeping his eyes down the field.
This offense trying to quieten the crowd on first and goal, and they are not cooperating. He's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Miami! Excellent pass by the back on the option.
You know, this offense knew coming into the season it was so important for this guy to stay healthy. They needed him week in, week out because he plays at such a high level, and he's showing it here. That last carry was his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. Their lead is gone, and they'll try to grab it back on this drive. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Caught over the middle. It's Gibson. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
Nice catch there. I'll tell you, the Seminole passing attack has come a long way over the years. When I was playing against them back in the day, they were in the I formation every single play. Maybe it was play action. Maybe it was a shot play to the perimeter of the field. Now, they've got guys running all different kinds of routes, playing at different tempos, lining the ball over the field. This dude is a guy you just have to know where he is every single snap.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
It's incomplete, and he's lucky to get that one back. Almost intercepted.
All right, well, the quarterback's showing you he is human after all. Finally throws an incompletion, and not just that, after a couple completions back-to-back-to-back, almost throws a pick.
Got a good one going here. All tied up in the third. It's 2nd and 10. The offense changing the play. Fires to the wideout. A strike downfield. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. First and goal from the 7.
You know, the defense, they just haven't been able to find an answer for this guy throughout the course of the game. Obviously, he's got 2 touchdowns, picks up the first down there. They've tried doubling him. They've tried man coverage, zone coverage. Nothing working on defense. They can't stop him.
Dropping back, it's Van Buren. Here's the pressure. Big guy smells it. And he will score. The question now, will it count as we check out the laundry on the field? Take it off the board and back it up. This penalty will wipe away the touchdown. The Seminoles will try to put one on the board on first and goal. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Timing has got to be so critical when you're trying to throw the ball down close like that. They didn't have great timing on that one.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Back to pass. Fires into the end zone. Pass is broken up, incomplete as they were trying to strike for 6.
Well, the defense is making some big plays here right up against their own goal line. They forced 2 straight incompletions, now setting up 3rd down. You're expecting pass again. Is this a situation where they're going to want to blitz, or do they stay back, play zone, and try to break on the ball?
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Throws to the wideout. Oh, man, another incompletion. That's 3 in a row.
Tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. 3rd and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, and everybody won. They get the incompletion, now setting up 4th.
It is good. Put a 3 spot on the board as we finish quarter number 3. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. He'll bring it back from inside the 15. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield. Starting this drive like that is exactly what they had hoped for. Now 1st and 10 from the 40. Quickly out to the tight end. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turn. Really good punt there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on 1st down, setting up an easier 2nd down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the time.
He'll take a deep shot here. Snags it. Touchdown, Hurricanes. And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
And at this stage of the game in the 4th quarter, big-time players make big plays in big games. What a great job after he secured the catch in the open field, showing off the speed, taking it to the house, and with it, his team now has the lead.
And the extra point is good, and every point counts. It's now a 4-point lead in the 4th. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Western Kentucky is getting smoked today. This is an eye-opener. It's the type of game that can just demoralize a fan base. They're trailing by 17 to Rutgers. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. Be interesting to see what happens here in the 2nd drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Looking for a man. It's Van Buren. Throws for the tight end. Wide open downfield. And that tackle almost certainly saved the touchdown after he ripped off a huge gain.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back out. Brought down just short of the sticks on the screen pass.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect, pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
The Seminoles can really attack on this 2nd and short. Quick pass on the fly motion. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down.
And just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward, let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job, nice execution. First down.
And the Seminoles are moving quickly down the field. Wants to adjust the pattern. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Unloads to the wideout. On target to the left. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11.
This quarterback now has over 400 yards passing. To do that, you have to have weapons catching the ball. You've seen that in this offense all game long. There are some dangerous playmakers in the perimeter.
Looking to throw on first down. Going for 6. Touchdown Seminoles! They've got the lead here in the 4th.
And some of these guys make it look so easy, but these are tight windows down here, man. There's not a lot of space in the field, and he drops back, knows exactly where he's going with the football, throws it in there, makes the play, and more importantly, now his team is in the lead in the 4th quarter.
And they did tack on the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Carr. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
And with that pass right there, dude, he goes over 350 on the day. Nice performance. This QB's been dialed in.
Lining up from the 34 on first down. To throw, it's Flowers. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. He's got him this time. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down.
Man coverage, when they get up in your face, they make things hard. You want to be able to attack the whole field and get them leaning one direction and then break outside like you did there. Nice out-route connection. Nice chemistry between quarterback and wide receiver.
Under fire. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. The Hurricanes trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Throws to the back. He's got it. Knocked off his feet.
And they've trusted their QB to throw the football. And he's going to have to make plays. He's made plays throughout the day. This is now when you come up clutch in a big moment when your team needs it. If that's any indication, I like what I'm seeing.
Probably need to pick up a few yards. From here, it would be a 62-yard attempt. They'll try to get it through the air. Catch in the middle, it's Carr. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line. Some guys just have the pure talent to make the catch no matter how many defenders are around.
Yeah, Reese, he's a bit of a rule breaker because even when he's covered, he's open. And the quarterback knows that. He's going to find a way.
Snags it inside the 20. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
Man, I love this guy's toughness. All game long, he's been getting hit. He's been sacked multiple times, and here we are late in the game. He's still staring down the barrel. Gets nailed, but is able to deliver a big completion for his offense.
Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. And if they want to take the lead, can't be thinking field goal here. They'll need a touchdown to go up in the fourth. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. And the defense stuffs the run, and the ball will remain at the 2.
And you got to use a timeout right now after that run play. You've got 3 in your back pocket. You can't take them with you. You're losing this game right now, so take all the time you can to make sure that your quarterback and your head coach and play caller are all on the same page.
They'll run the option. Touchdown, Canes! And inside a minute to go, and they've got the lead.
Man, this game has been incredible to watch, and the offense comes through late in the game, takes the lead. What a clutch drive by this offense. Now, I'm looking at you, defense. We got the lead late in the game. I need you to go put this thing on ice and win it for me.
And he added the extra point. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Back to pass. It's Van Buren. Pressure coming. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And he picks up a huge chunk of yards on that play before he's finally hauled down. Timeout is called by the offense. 16 seconds left in the game. The feel of this whole drive changed on that last big play. They've got it first and 10 outside the 30. Quarterback may change this route. Wants to throw on first down. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Touchdown, Florida State. They move on top here in the fourth.
Yeah, and a nice job in the fourth quarter making plays, and a nice job being on the same page. QB, receiver. You could tell he broke with the football. He caught it in stride, gets into the end zone. Nice pitch and catch right there. Nice chemistry by the QB and wide receiver.
And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. Starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. He just about put this game away if he'd been able to hold on to that one. Instead, it's second down.
Well, you know the defense felt freaked out on that one. You're in the fourth quarter, and you're lined up against one of the fastest players in all of college football. And they're taking a shot up top. You just hold on tight and hope for the best. And that time, they were able to force an incompletion.
Takes a shot as he lets it go. Ball is incomplete. Falls to the turf, and that's going to do it. And it went right down to the final play. It rarely disappoints when the Seminoles and Hurricanes get together, and it is Florida State celebrating the flaming spear of victory by taking down the U. Thanks so much for spending some time with